because I want to be. So, does it? Oh yes. Oh yes. It's. Look, you wanted me to say something hopeful and in defense, right? So here I am.
Yes, Dan.
Question for, I think almost everybody had a thinker who in one way or another criticizes or doesn't quite line up with our Constitution. And since Professor Bennegar mentioned that all constitutions come to an end, I was wondering what any of you would say about what your thinker might teach us about two things. One is what's likely to bring our Constitution to an end when it does end, and two is how we can stave that off.
An asteroid. There's nothing we can do about it. Other comments?
Well, I suggested. I suggested one possibility towards the end of my presentation, namely that if our efforts in the Middle East fail, there will be a general contempt for democracy and an admiration for autocratic orders. So a kind of repeat of the 1930s situation, and I think that's a dangerous situation. I'm not predicting it, or I think there is an awful lot of resources in liberalism, but that's one possibility that comes to my mind. Other than the asteroids.
Sir Mansfield.
How to stave off the imminent death of our Constitution. I would say that my two people, Burke and Tocqueville, had advice. In the first instance, Burke would say, don't be too ambitious. Let's have another constitutional convention in order to improve what we've got. And Tocqueville would say, maintain your liberty and understand it as embodied, especially in our practices and principles of self-government. It's not so much free enterprise. Free enterprise is good because it improves our self-government, not the other way around. So we should think much more in political terms, much less in economic terms. Being well off is less important than being free, or it's the same thing. So those two things, of course, we won't last forever, but both my two people give confidence that it's in our human nature to desire freedom, and we'll see it again when it finally goes.
Yes.
My name is Art Schuster. I'm also a fellow student at Department of Science. And my question is actually for Professor Mansfield. I was struck by your very interesting and paradoxical formulation when you were referring to early modern thinkers, that they had this project of transforming human choice into necessity and thereby expanding. I'm struck by that. That seems right to me. But I was just wondering how we can accomplish this without destroying the distinction between choice and arbitrary. I mean, I guess this is sort of, I'm sure, this was a problem evident to your mind. I wonder if you could say a little bit more about how they thought that problem could be solved, at least on the political or sort of civic democratic level.
We solve it by having a constitution.
Well, yes, but so, and then you also mentioned that Tom, in the reference to Thomas Paine, that we could use nature as a basis for critiquing law and for suggesting advantageous reforms. And I'm wondering if nature has now become synonymous with necessity. Well, then again, what becomes of our critiques of the existing Constitution? I mean, don't we just say, well, on the basis of, doesn't every such proposal for reform become in some way based in some consideration of necessity? This is necessary. we're kind of adrift, and historical necessity guides us to this point. So how do you save human choice within this sort of purview?
There's always an arbitrary element in human choice. And to move this, it's necessary rhetorically always to say that your choice is necessary. And this is the only way to go. That's what the car salesman tells you. And it's you know, sometimes it's true, but usually it isn't true. Usually it isn't fully true. And the way that we use necessity is what they mean is rational or reasonable. The only way to go, that's the only reasonable way to go. And so, in order to make that argument, at least you have to come up with reasons, why this car is better. And I think that improves the level of discourse and keeps our arbitrariness, our whimsicality from ruling our decisions, or it tends to. But in freedom, there's always something arbitrary and also something choiceful. Choosing is, in a way, not being arbitrary because you've got a reason, but your choosing comes about or is important to you because you just want to be in charge. That's a little bit arbitrary.
Yes. One final question.
Oh, that's the last question. My question was for Professor Kelly. You mentioned that Rousseau has two basic criticisms of representative government. And the second was about the administrative class or politicians having to at least appear more compassionate or empathetic. And I was wondering if you could say a bit more about that and how that squares with his first criticism, which seems almost to go the other way, where the political class becomes selfish and forgets the people.
Well, I think it squares quite easily in a way. I see your point in raising it. Rousseau's, I mean, to take the question that Dan Burns asked earlier and get to this, what is the danger of our Constitution? I mean, Rousseau's argument is very simple on that score, which is that the very thing that makes government necessary for us also means that we're doomed. And the thing that dooms us is the government. Over the long run, the government would be the problem. And the mechanism for this is what you described as my first point, the tendency for the government to turn in on itself and see itself as a community within the community. But of course, people resist this, and the more transparent the government is about this, the more they resist it, and they'll kick them out. And this is why Rousseau points it out to us, so that we will kick them out when they go too far in this direction. So I would say the two aspects of the second the second feature of representative constitutional political life is one that we demand from the government that they show themselves to be genuinely representative, and the government sees for its own advantage the need to appear that way. So just to give a couple of other examples that we're beginning to see. I mean, we'll see a contest. I mean, I realize I'm saying this to an Australian who's recently arrived in Massachusetts. It may be something you're not quite aware of yet. But we will certainly be seeing a contest, and are beginning to see a contest that appears between two people who want to be our representative in the Senate in Washington, one of whom has as a large part of his campaign driving around in a truck, which we in fact don't do, generally speaking, but like to think of ourselves as the sort of people who would do. And he'll be running against the candidate whose campaign to date perhaps Professor Mansfield will correct me on this, is in denying she's a Harvard elitist and insisting that she is just like us. And so it serves the two of them well to present themselves that way. And furthermore, we demand that they present themselves that way. If one of the candidates said, I was a successful male model who was married to who is married to a television semi-celebrity and have a daughter who did very well on American Idol, that wouldn't be so appealing. If the other one said, I should be elected senator because I'm a Harvard professor, that would certainly lose. There would be maybe 200 people voting for that person, and not even all Harvard professors would.
Well, thank you very much. Did you want to add something?
Well, in agreement, she is a Harvard elitist, and the truck guy's better.